Hey guys, I'm back again, but this time with a tutorial, or a how-to, or whatever you want to call it, tips and tricks. But I've been doing this for a couple weeks, and I've seen a few videos out there of people not sure of how to get rid of their coins, or not sure of how to obtain the coins, not sure what kind of coins they should get. I'm here to answer some of those questions. I've been doing this for a couple of weeks, and I've found a few tricks that I've came across. First of all, getting rid of your coins, don't use a Coinstar. That's 9%. You don't want that. At least here in South Florida, that's what it is. I use TD Bank, and I found a loophole there for you. If you have a child, go in there and ask for a children's savings account. There is no minimum balance, and you have free roll of their coin counting machine, and they're not going to ask you any questions. Moving on, now to getting coins. You're going to walk into a bank as a newbie, if you haven't done this before, and ask for $25 in pennies. They're going to look at you like you have 8 eyes. Most of the time, if you tell them what you're doing with them, they'll be pretty intrigued with what you're trying to do, and they'll be pretty helpful about it. In fact, at one bank, I had a bank manager explain to me of how to go to, or which banks to go to get rolls of coins that I may not have been through already, because there's a certain way that they do banking down here. There are 3 main vaults that they go through to replenish their coinage. Some other banks use the Federal Reserve, which could be bad because you end up with new coins, and that's not what you want most of the time. That being said, covering what I like to call speed coin rolling. I do this at lunchtime. If I'm looking for a particular type of coin like the wheat pennies, or if I'm looking for the buffalo nickels or older nickels, I have a couple of strategies for that. Now, I have a disclaimer for both of them. I've watched a video before, and I've said before not to discard all your shiny ones. That also being said, if you're speed coin rolling, discarding the shiny ones is the only way to do this. You're going to go through and you're going to look for the more yellow tinged coins for the pennies, and the more, I don't know how you would call it, like aluminum looking ones, if you know your metals, for the nickels. And also for the nickels, one of the other things that I've noticed is that the older dates, like, I'm just going to use this because off the top of my mind, 1964 and before, there may be higher dates than that. They had really good strikes, and the dates were a lot larger. So, I mean, that's another thing to look for real quick. And especially with the newer nickels, you're going to have the different obverses of the coins. I mean, those are easy to go through. Just throw them away. I mean, it depends on how you're looking through the coins, though. If you're speed rolling, like I was just talking about, you're going to throw all those away, and you're going to be looking for the ones that look more like they're aluminum. Now, if you're looking for the error coins, you're going to be looking a lot more closely. And one of the suggestions I have for that, and I don't have one on me, is to have a cheat sheet. Depending on the coinage you're working with, go through a cherry picker's guide, go through the internet, and just look through some key dates that you might want to look for double dies, wide AMs, close AMs. There's a whole bunch of different error coins that you can find, that different years, such as the 1969S. If you find a double die 1969S, those are nice to find. You're going to make a few bucks. I'm not in it completely to make money. Now, if I come across something that could potentially make me money, that'd be great. One other point I'd like to bring up is that this could cost you money, or it may not cost you money. It depends on how much you're willing to risk. Now, the way I did this, and you guys might think I'm crazy, is that I had a bill to pay, but I had the money for it 2 weeks ahead of time. So I took $100 and I devoted that to coin roll hunting. And what I did was every time I found some coins, I kept them. So that would bring my $100 down to, we'll say, $97.50. Every time I go to the store, I end up with, if I spend cash, which I try to spend more cash because I'm doing what I'm doing here, is I'll end up with some change, some coinage. And what I'll do is I'll go through, we'll say 2 boxes of pennies, and I'll have some coinage in my pocket. So what I'll do is I'll throw all that coinage from my pocket back into the box, and that'll pretty much add back up to the $100 I started with, or whatever I started with, and maybe more sometimes, and then I'll ask for an extra roll or whatever the case may be. What I do is use that same $100 and keep going back to, and I tried to do different banks. You don't want to piss off any tellers and keep going back to the same bank to return the coins, especially at TD Bank, the one that I use. Excuse me, guys. A little bit of beer helps to do this. Yeah, so going back to the returning the coins, just be very, very polite. It can be a pain in the butt for the tellers. TD Bank, like I told you, children's account, savings account, no minimum balance. If you have a child, great way to go about it without rolling the coins. Let's see here. Another tip on the nickels. I think I went through the larger dates. Let's see, what else did I not go through? Have a magnifying glass. If you're going to look for some error coins, and that's what you're into, have a magnifying glass. Those can make you some money. If you got that cheat sheet and you're using it right, and you're taking your key dates out and you're separating them for after the fact use of going through those after you've gone through the whole box or boxes, whatever you're doing, that definitely will pay off. If you find some nice stuff, that'd be great. I've shot this video about 9 times before I got to it. I ended up using my wife's phone because it has a lot more storage and a lot better camera, and I got pissed at myself for trying to be all perfect. I don't edit videos, so this is what you guys get. Again, I love coin roll hunting. This is a lot of fun. I'm trying to think of something else to tell you about, but I can't think of it at the moment. Pay attention to key dates. I mean, do some research before you do this. If you're going to just now start this, and if you're doing it for money, there are a few ways to do it. You can either collect the copper and wait for the government to let you melt it down. You could collect the error coins and look through them to find the actual errors and sell those. You could start sets like what I'm doing of wheat pennies and whatnot, and I hold on to them for my kids. I'm not selling those, so I guess that's not really a financial gain for me. It might be a financial gain for my kids. You could look for other key dates that are not error coins, that are very rare coins, like the 1909 VDB-S, which I do not have right now. I have the 1909 VDB, which I think right now is worth about $30. Nice little find, but not a lot of money. Other than that, just wanted to make a video of a little bit of help, of some tips that I've used doing this. I know that there's a few people out there that were talking about this. I saw one in particular video. I want to give a little shout out to, I think his name was Lincoln Hoodrat, and his girlfriend I think is going to flush all of his coins down the drain if he keeps doing this the way he's doing it. Believe me, I know. My wife, she gets a little pissed off. In fact, right now she's in the shower just so she doesn't have to hear me shoot this video. Be careful with that. You might piss off your wife or girlfriend doing this. Definitely do it on your own time if you can. But, I don't know. It's a lot of fun. I like it. It is what it is. I've been rambling on too much. That's the end of this video. If I think of anything else to talk about, I'll briefly mention it in one of my next videos. I still have to go through all these coins right here. These are cherry-picked from a couple of boxes I did yesterday. I'll have to maybe shoot a video tomorrow. I have the flu right now, so it's kind of hard for me to even concentrate on any of this stuff. But I really felt compelled to make a video on some tips and tricks that I've learned in only 2 weeks of doing this. You really gotta do your research. Watch a few videos. There's some really good guys out there. I wish I could mention you guys. I'm so sick right now I can't remember any of your names. You guys have been great to me. I really appreciate it. I'll make some mentions in my next few videos for you guys. Silver Coin Hunter, I think, is one of them. Anyways, you guys have been really good to help. This is all about a community of people coin collecting and coin roll hunting. And the more that we bring up to each other, the better we're going to be at doing this. So, happy coin roll hunting, guys. I hope to see you soon. Please comment, share, like, everything. subscribe.